Hello everyone and welcome to CWC F2 Season 7 Round 14 for the Japanese GP. I am PepsiFreak212 RP Yuki. You can call me whatever you like. And we are here for, again here on another Monday, for CWC action. We'll take a quick look at the standings right now as we do wait this out. I'm the only one again here, so we will quickly take a look at the standings here. Maddie leads the way with 161 points, followed behind by reserve driver Kenobi at 154 points, with Kai's F1 closing in at 142 points, and Smitty at 140 points, and rounding out the top 5 is Lazy Twig at 119. And with some of those aforementioned drivers not here tonight, this could be a very easy race for Kai's F1 to get some good points on the top contenders and maybe make this championship a lot closer with only United States, Mexico, Brazil, 5 rounds remaining. We also take a quick look at the constructor standings as well while we're here. McLaren leads the way with 301 points, with Mercedes with 194, Williams with 187, Alpine only 1 point behind 186, and your top 5 is AlphaTauri at 126 points. So that takes care of both drivers and constructors here right now. As if I am... Oh, I am in game chat. Whoops. I forgot to start the party. Sorry, guys. I've made a boo-boo there. Yep, I see that problem now. So I'm in game chat. Give me 1 second to go into the party. This will take a second. Monday jitters. Anyway, I'm now in the party, so we will now go back to the race. Gotta pay attention next time. That is 100% my bad. Anyway, though, I think everything was still picking up, though, so, yeah, just standings are still good. Waiting for us to join out here. We are all good to go. So anyway, we are waiting for a few more people possibly to join here. And I'm just going to send a quick apology in the chat, and we are ready to go, presumably quickly here. That was a first. I'm just not paying attention there. That is my bad again. But anyway... Let's get the show on the... We're about to get the show on the road here. Just waiting for a few more people to join up. And we will be ready to go. So while you're in the chat right now, yeah, just let me know where you're watching currently from right now. And hopefully you enjoy this action. So, yeah. Again, I try to fill the air right now, but we're just kind of waiting. Japan, I guess we'll talk about the circuit right now. Japan... Interesting track indeed. A little bit tricky in the S section. Could be very easy if you don't have your settings right or the car set pretty good. You can make a slight mistake and go off into the S section. That could be a little bit of a tricky place. Also, there is some more issue of corner cutting. We'll see some good action here today. Welcome, Disco Stew, MDJ rooting for Raph here today, and Kermit as always. This is a small grid here today. You are correct. Sadly, a few people did have prior commitments, could not make it here today, so it's sadly going to be a small field here in Japan, but hopefully by next week we should have majority of this field here back again. I think there was like 4 people that sadly couldn't make it, and Infinity also because of an internet issue, so yeah, a little bit of a short field, but luckily we'll get some of these kinks ironed out by next week. But that should provide some good racing here at Suzuka. Relatively good track, so it should provide some good action. But the one thought I do wonder is, looking at this field in question, is anyone strong enough to beat our current driver that's currently 3rd in the standings? But if we take a quick look at the results of the past couple weeks, he has been basically on a tear. Of late, he has got fast lap in the last 5 races. He's won 4 of the last 5 races. It is Kai's F1, and... Again, with the it's all right field of drivers, but some of those top competitors are not here this week, so it does raise some questions if anyone could try to take that top flag away from Kai's F1, or will maybe the track conditions catch him out. We're here for qualifying. It looks like a sunny day. No real issues here for the most part. I think this is going to be a relatively clean circuit, as you could say. No real rain, unless someone wants to fill me in the chat. I think we'll be good for weather. The next question is, who will be the first driver out of the pit lane? Usually it is Exelic. We'll see if she is going to be the first driver that heads out again. And maybe makes a run for it. But things can change. So it looks like that's the first driver. That is actually going to be a Mercedes. It may be Scanny instead, or it could be Kai's. We'll see who it is. It is Scanny. So Scanny will be the first driver to come out here on the circuit today. So as he gets warmed around the circuit, gets coordinated to the track here. I guess we'll wait. I'll go do it now because I got nothing else. We'll wait with him to go around. His few other drivers make the point. If you like what you see, why don't like to subscribe to CWC League Racing TV, where you see tons of other leagues that run Mondays through Fridays, including Saturdays and Sundays, including the main TTML series that runs on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. You also got BNL, which runs also on Saturdays, Sundays, and CWC that runs on Sundays and Mondays as well. So find a league you can watch and join in. Sorry about that. Had to take a quick call there. Couldn't have waited, but we are ready to go here again. Didn't miss much. Got the quick plug in, and we should be ready to go here again. Professionalism. What is that? But hey, a little bit of a busy Monday here, but we all should be good now. Call is good. We're ready to go. Scanny's about to take his lap here. He will give us a quick tour around the Suzuka International Circuit here, so we'll let him ride on board here as he's about to start his lap, and he's going to take a good run down the corner one here, very fast indeed. Going to go down the long straight here, going to go by the signs here, and then you're going to go hard in the corner one, where it's very easy again to go side by side, but if one person goes a little bit too wide, could push the other car out and make a mistake. Then you got the not Senna, that's the other track, the S's here, where again, very easy to, you have to get it right. It's very line based indeed, where one little mistake and you could easily run off wide into the gravel trap and call it a day. Then you're going to go all the way up to the Dunlop curve here, where again, I've seen some drivers go a little bit wide. Then you got the Danger curve coming up right now. Again, where you want to break off, get around the 6th gear, get in throttle quickly. It's like a let off and then hard in. Some drivers may go very aggressive, but they go too aggressive, end up wide. And you're coming up to the hairpin right up next. Again, actually dip back there was the crossing of the figure 8. Then you got the hairpin, where there's another opportunity for a passing here, where a driver may come in a little bit aggressive and could take the inside corner and go for a pass. Then down into 12 here, where another opportunity to kind of set up for something, but you don't see it happen much going into Spoon, per se, unless you get a really good run. Not a lot of drivers take an opportunity to run into Spoon like that. Then it's then the very long straight, where if passing up, this is probably your second best opportunity to make a pass, where you don't want to get too argy-bargy. But if you wait too long to make this pass, then you got to try a pass in the famous 130R, where again, side-by-side isn't recommended, especially on a wider fuel roads and not soft tires, but it has been done. Last up, you got the Casio Triangle, where we got last chance to see a few drivers go very aggressive. Even back in the old games where you could easily cut it, then pass the Ferris field, last curve, and that will be a lap around Suzuka, and it's going to be a 1:30.923 for Scanny. So he'll be P1 right now, but we know a bunch of the drivers are coming, including Jay Leakey and Smitty, both on laps. Smitty is in the second sector, while Jay Leakey's about to finish up passing 130R. So we're going to see what he can do. Past the Pirelli sign, got 3 more corners to go here. We'll see if he can put that Williams high up on the grid. He's looking to beat a 1:30.923. Gets a good toe down the straight here. It's going to be a 1:30.988, and that's going to be P2. I thought he was going to be in the 1:31s there, but just enough to stay outside. And now we got Smitty also coming in past 1:30R here, so we'll see what he can do. Can he put his McLaren on the pole position? He has been relatively strong here for the most part. He's been relatively strong, flying the flag for McLaren and done some good finishes. So we'll see what he can do, and it will be pole with a 1:38.01. So we got Fear by Gaming on a lap. He just started it. Collins, who I think is about to start his lap as well, along with TG Kermit. So we got a Red Bull, a Haas, and a Ferrari all on a run, while the other 3 drivers have not made an attempt to go out there. I think Infinite just made a break for the pit lane, so we'll see if he can come up as well. So we'll ride aboard with Fear by Gaming. Actually, we'll check the tires. I did not do a quick check of that and see what everyone's on. Scanny's on a set of mediums, Leakey and Smitty are on a set of softs, Collins on a set of mediums, Gaming and Kermit on a set of softs. So a little bit of a mixed bag of strategies here, as he just hits the 50-meter sign, which is going to probably get a few people a little bit crossed at that Ferrari as he goes a little bit wide in the gravel trap. The lap is still clean, but he's going to back it down here, save the resources, and not push on. So continue on. So we'll actually cut back to Scanny. He's about to complete his second run here. We'll see if he can actually be competitive. It's not. He will be pulling in. Jay Leakey is invalid, so his time will not be running. So we're going to keep an eye on Kermit the Fear by Gaming is done, so Kermit, Collins, and Smitty as well, but I think Smitty may also be on a cooldown lap. We'll see what he is at the end of Sector 2 here, which is down this long, after this long spoon corn here, so we're going to see what he does. Coming up the long straight, we'll see where his times are competitively wise. It looks like he is taking it, but I could be wrong. It will be... it's 2 seconds down, so he is on a cooldown lap. So we'll keep an eye on Kermit here, who's getting a little bit of tow off that McLaren. Actually, not McLaren, sorry, Ferrari, just a little bit up the road there, Fear by Gaming. So he's going to try to take a little bit of tow of the Ferraris. We'll see what Kermit can put his car. Ferrari gets out of the way, right behind Miss Collins as well. So Kermit can be the first one up here. Can Kermit jump up the pole position and bump Smitty down? It is going to be pole position for the Haas driver. With the Red Bull in the distance, goes P5 with a 131.821. So Kermit is now P1, and I think definitely Kermit at the very least is going to be on a cooldown lap. He ain't going to go 2 laps. Collins loves to go more than 1 lap on qualifying, so he's definitely going to take a second attempt here, so we'll keep an eye on him in his Red Bull. There's duo for the L flag Sector 3. That looks like it's Scandy going a bit. Actually, it's Kai's F1 about to start a lap as well, so we'll keep an eye on him as well, as he's about to start his run as well. So we'll keep an eye on both Collins and Kai's here. So Collins about to come at the end of Sector 1 here. We'll see where he is on times. He's 2 tenths down in his time, so he needs to find some time here, but he's at least somewhat still on pace in his previous lap. So up into the hairpin. So we'll see again. Again, just trying to run his times here, get used to the track, get rubbered up, make this circuit get well gripped here to kind of understand what's going on. Takes multiple laps to kind of get warmed up, make himself get used to it, and it looks like Collins was a little bit too deep, so I think I may have put a little bit of a jinx on him right there, and he then will also spin the cars. Exelic has retired. She has actually crashed on circuit off into the S section. Hopefully we can see Fear by Gaming, as we did just see, as I was kind of watching on board there, we did see Collins spin out as I was trying to get to Exelic, so he'll get it refired, he'll be fine. But if we keep it on the Ferrari here, she lost in the S section, which is a very tricky corner section if you're not careful. If you caught it out on cold tires, we'll see if you can see an Aston Martin right there in the left. So yeah, just got a little bit too argy-bargy on the wheel and ended up spinning it into the gravel trap, and sadly that session over, and I've done that countless times in this game. I love the circuit, but it can be a bit of a trickiness if you're not careful. So Kermit in, we'll see. I think Kai's F1 almost done with his run here, so we'll see what he can do with his McLaren. Sorry, Mercedes. Evening to you, Lesty, as well. It's fine, Lesty. Hopefully we'll see you here next week in my home GP in the United States. It looks like Kai's is backing off here. Guess he did not have a good run going there. Looked like he was okay on pace, but yeah, that time is definitely down, so does not feel comfortable. Looks like he's saving his ERS to go for a second run here. Maybe wants to get those mediums rubbered in. So here comes Kai's F1. He'll start another run here. First run with a 136, so nowhere near competitive, but this is Kai's F1, who's won 4 out of the last 5, so take his time with a grain of salt. We'll be seeing what he can do and keep pushing. Infinity and Fear by Gaming, only 2 drivers. Fear by Gaming actually went out there, but obviously did not put down a good first lap, so we'll have to go again. Infinity has not headed out to the track yet as well. So she, I believe it's a she if I'm not mistaken, could be a he, they, we'll just call them a they, is looking to set a time relatively soon. So Kai's F1, we'll see where he is currently. He's half a second up on his times, which we don't know his first sector time. I think he may have made a mistake in the second sector. So we'll have to wait and see, because that time would still be purple. I do agree it's probably purple, but since they don't have a split by split time, and he does get a little argy-bargy. Something we notice in Netherlands is he does struggle, because I think he runs very low to no traction. So that's something that can kind of catch you off guard or napping here at Suzuka if you're not careful. So again, especially in the SX, you all have an Exelic there, so if you kind of get the wrong throttle, he could easily crash out here. So Kai's F1 was kind of a little bit struggling in Netherlands because the traction, I think Fear by Gaming has lost it. We'll quickly cut to him. Yeah, he's off in the sand there. So back to Kai's F1. 3 seconds clear right now this time. So that would put him in the 132 bracket, I think. Yeah, 133, 132 range. We'll see after the last couple corners here. It's going to be a run down the straight in his Mercedes. Will it be pole? Can he bump Kermit? He will. It will be a 130.011, and he will be well clear. Actually, not well clear. Relatively a 10th clear of Kermit. On a set us off, he'll be well clear of the next runner on mediums, which is his teammate in 4th. Bureau Gaming kind of limping around here. He'll get it re-going, but definitely no time from him. Jay Leakey on a run, so we'll cut back to Jay Leakey in the Williams. He is on, I believe, I'll quickly check his tires again. Yeah, he is currently on his fresh set of softs here. At the end of Sector 2, he is purple, but I will take that with a grain of... Actually, I won't take that with a grain of salt, because if he's 5 tenths down, 6 tenths, it will be kind of close to pole. It's still going to be a little bit hard to do. We'll see where he's in third sector here. Can he get well over a second clear? Can he jump out the pole position? Can he be the fastest of the soft runners? He will take his car and it will only be P3, but he'll be not that far away from Kermit, so good run from Jay Leakey there. Nothing to sneeze at. P3s, I think. Kind of when it's going a bit slow here to limp the car back into the pit lane. So Smitty also on a run. Currently doing relatively okay. It looks like he's only at 10th of his times, though, so it doesn't look he's relatively close to catching Jay Leakey, unless he can pull a great third sector out of his metaphorical keister. So we can see what the papaya orange McLaren can do. The number 66, towing down the long straight. It is going to be a 135.44. Gets him closer to Jay Leakey, but not enough to jump him. So he will still be P4, but a little bit closer to Jay Leakey and a little bit farther away from Scanny. So only other drivers currently running. I think Collins is coming out there on a set of... Actually, it's Scanny on a set as well, so he does not feel confident on that time of mediums. Only drivers set still on mediums right now are Kai's, Scanny, and Collins. So we'll see what Scanny and Collins can do on their softs now. Can they get a little bit higher up the grid? Well, Collins isn't going out yet, but eventually probably will on a set of softs, so we'll see what he can do. So Smitty currently running through times here, down his times a half a sec, so I don't think he'll be improving. I think he's on a cooldown run. Jay Leakey has it validated, and Kai's F1 coming in. So only driver that's currently going to be out there on an action lap. Actually, we'll ride aboard with Smitty because maybe he'll do a second run at this, but considering how slow he's going, I doubt his time will be continuing. So I kind of don't agree with you there, Lesty. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Right now, really tonight at the very least, he's got no I wouldn't say no competition, but definitely a field. Usually his regulars that he usually fights aren't here tonight, sadly. And no shade to the other drivers. Anything can happen. Kai's F1 crashes off in turn 1. It opens the door for a lot of these drivers to fight for the win. We know Smitty's now the spring chicken. He's got some good pace. Kermit from other leagues has got some good pace as well. Jay Leakey has a podium. Scanny was a threat last season. Collins can usually get up there in the podiums. Exelic even has a couple podiums. So I'm not going to write off the rest of his field. But at least on form of recent races, no one's been able to touch Kai's F1. As Smitty does pull in, Scanny about to start a run here. And if he does get max points here today, he will take over the points lead from Maddie in the McLaren. So here comes Scanny. Currently down the long run. We got 5 minutes to go in qualifying. Collins as well. Going to start a run relatively soon here, but we'll keep it aboard with Scanny. Keep an eye on the right screen. He did set that time immediately. He already invalidated off in the one, so he got a little bit too close to the curb on the inside, or went a little bit too on the outside, and he'll have to slow down here and go for a second run. With 5 minutes to go, he does have an option to bail into the pit lane and come back up. We'll have to wait and see what he does. I think Collins has also kind of lost it, so both drivers on runs have invalidated, but luckily Collins is not on a run. He's on an outlap, so he'll be able to get refired. But 4 minutes to go. If he does have damage, we'll see if he does. We'll see if he can get a good look at the wing. And we'll see if it's fixed. Yep, Kermit is back. He is actually here after, I think he was here last time he was there at Portugal, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what he can do. I think he got a relatively okay finish there. Maybe it was Kiki instead. I'd have to check the results screen real fast. Actually, let me see if I can find that here while we wait for Collins to start up a lap here. See if his name is still in the results book. I think they may have removed it. Yeah, actually, I think we have to go to the website for this whole. So we'll check that in a second. But regardless, Collins about to start a run here as well. Scanning a little bit far behind, so we'll keep an eye on both drivers. So here comes Collins. 3 minutes, 38 seconds to go in qualifying. Looking to get a good run here. So he gets a good off in the corner two. Here goes a little bit wide, and he validates. So Collins goes just a little bit too wide there, and his run is now done. He'll have to back it down and try for one more attempt with 3 minutes to go. Sadly, I don't see drive state. That's what I'm probably looking for. Let's just see. I have two. So we'll keep an eye on scan here as he goes through sector 1. Trying to keep it clean. I don't see any name in the statistics on the website, sadly. So if they were here, sadly the statistics did not get logged. Actually, maybe they're in reserve. Nope. Inactive? Oh, there's Kermit. Yep, so Kermit, one podium. He actually does have a podium this season. So yeah, Kermit does have a podium in his AlphaTauri, so he's a relatively strong driver, so one to keep an eye for. As now Scandy is in Sector 2. Which, by the way, I do want to plug out that website Smitty has done. Great website. Tons of great statistics here that are relatively good to use when you're looking up a driver that may have been inactive a couple weeks to see what the last they've done. So he does have 2 starts, 1 podium, and 30 points to his name in the standings. As Scandy's well over a second up on his run here. That would put him north of pole if he can hold it, or at least put him P2 and make a Mercedes lockout. As he comes to the last corners, as we do also have Smitty, J-League, and Kais going for the last runs with 2 minutes to go. But Scandy give me the first win across the line. This is his last attempt at qualifying, and it will be pole position for the Netherlands driver. That will be a 1:29.665. He will be on pole right now. Collins going for another attempt here in a set of softs. We'll have to see what he can do as well. And along with most of the field going out there on outlaps, the only driver that is not going to take a lap today in qualifying is going to be Infinite, who will be starting maybe P8 if she doesn't put a time down. As we do see a spin that looks like it's Kai's F1. It's actually Scandy. So Scandy, yeah, his run was basically done. He'll have to be content with a 1:29.665. So Collins is actually crashed. I was cutting away there, and that will probably be session done for the Red Bull driver. He'll have to stay on his 1:31, but at the very least, that will be on a set of mediums. So Smitty has started a lap, so we'll start off with Smitty, as he's on a run along with Feared by Gaming. I think Feared by Gaming is behind Smitty, so we'll keep an eye on Smitty first. Smitty 2 temps up, at least through Sector 1. Actually, Sector 1's up here, so... yeah, thank you for the clarification, Kermit. I was checking the stats. You were here, Kermit? Yeah, you were actually here, Bahrain and something else. Yeah. Anyway, though, Smitty, 1... not a bad run so far. Looking to maybe get the P4 here. Needs to find a little bit more time through Sector 1 and Sector 2. Checking on Feared by Gaming a little bit farther in the distance. Looking okay, but he goes a little bit too wide. It's going to cost himself some time. So back to Smitty. Scandy as well. Always love to see the chats popping here. So anyway, Smitty, 25 seconds to go here. We got him on a run. We got basically the whole field's basically on a run, but a few drivers haven't validated or on cooldown run. So Collins and Scandy are done for the session, metaphorically speaking, or I guess you could say literally. So we got Kais, Kermit, J-Leaky, Smitty, and Fear by Gaming pushing for pole. Smitty will be the first driver to cross the line. So we'll see what he can do through 130R. He is 3 temps up. That will be good enough probably to put him P4, maybe P3, as session has expired. So he'll be the first one to cross as he goes to the last 3 corners of triangle. Indeed, gets a good run out the exit here. He's going to try to push it down the straight, and it's going to be a 1:30.065, good enough for P3. But here comes Fear by Gaming right up behind. Can he jump up any higher, or will he be stuck where he is? It's going to be P6 for the Ferrari. So we're going to cut back for the Ely. We got J-Leaky up next. We got J-Leaky and Kermit. J-Leaky's at the end of sector here. We'll see where his times currently slot. He is... he's running about the same time right now. Doesn't look like he's going to prove much. Have to have for a good third sector. Here comes Kermit. Kermit is well over 3 temps up. If he can hold, that will put him P2 at the very least. Behind them both is Kai's F1. We'll see where he's slotted his Mercedes. Currently, he is well over half a second clear. He's looking to be at pole right now, but only time will tell. So J-League across the line. It'll be a 1:32.40. Jumps up in time, but not enough to go any higher. Kermit goes pole with a 1:29.221. Can Kai's F1 have an answer? Can he steal from the death? Down the run, it's only going to be P2 for the Mercedes driver, but that is on a set of mediums to note. So Kermit will take pole position in the Haas. Kai's F1 is second, Scanny third, Smitty fourth, Leaky fifth, Gaming sixth, Collins seventh, Exelic eighth, and in ninth position, Infinite. So interesting qualifying at the end. So that is your top 9 here. A little bit of mixing the strategies here. This is Kai's and Collins, both on mediums. Everyone else on a set of softs. Exelic crash, but we'll have a free choice of tire along with Infinite at the start of the session. So that will do it for qualifying here. There's your top 9. Kudos to Kermit. Kermit coming back after missing multiple races because of scheduling conflicts, and he will be looking to get his first win, or maybe not his first win, but at the very least, possibly get a win here in CWC here today, and can he be the one to stop Kai's F1? So yeah, we will get ready for the session here as we do wait this out. It looks like, no offense if Kai's just looking at his chat right now, I don't think a lot of people, I mean, people are respecting a hat tip, but they do want to see that dominance come to an end a little bit and see if anyone could challenge the Mercedes driver. So we'll see. Again, he is an F1 driver that did come down to F2 because of a little bit of a reshuffling along with Sensei Echoes. It's now a nice bright blue day here in Japan, so no risk of rain coming. Unless there's something I don't know, but I think this is perfect weather, so I don't think we'll have any chance of rain. So luckily, no wet setups, no wet tires necessary. So we'll get ready for this race. As we do got 26 seconds left. Last minute adjustments. Maybe if they make a slight front wing change. Park me is on, but they can make small adjustments. And we'll see what they can do. Oh, they actually have Disco Stu stats here, too. That's cool. But anyway, as we get ready with 10 seconds left, just checking the... actually, while we're I'll quickly take a look at some of the season stats so far, because we are just kind of waiting this out here as we do wait for the drivers to go around. So I guess we'll use the statistics tab here and quickly show some league stats. Currently in F1, the most wins in the season right now is Kai's F1 with 5 race wins. Most podiums, William Kenobi at 6. Fast lap of the race, Kai's F1 holds that down with 5. Driver of the day from the in-game stats is currently a 3-way tie for 1, or I guess you say multiple tie for 1 at the very least, with Exelic, Lazy Twig, and Scanny. So I think a lot of different drivers have gotten driver of the day. That set may have not been the most updated. Pole positions, Kai's F1 has 3, and CPO Reds also has 3. So I don't know if I 100% get that stat, but... And last but not least, most positions gained under racing is 52 positions for Scanny in 9 races, while Maddie has a -4 intake from 13. So Scanny has gained the most off restarts and finishing order from start to finish, while according to this, Maddie has the least. So again, thank you to Smitty for calculating all these stats and throwing them out there. Nice to show them out there right now, and I guess use them while we wait for the qualifying lap to go through. So while we wait, we'll also check the current tire strategies as well. We do got Collins, Infinity on... Actually, Exelic went on a set of softs. Infinity went on a set of mediums. So a bit of different strategies here. But again, Kermit's going to be a little bit of a tricky trouble here because Kai's can go longer this race and he'll be on the mediums to softs, while Kermit is going to be on softs to mediums. So yeah, as we do get ready to about start, Kermit taking no prisoners here, going pretty fast on the formation lap. Sky's going to back him up a little bit here. Looks like they're all relatively clean through the formation lap here. No major incidents, no major mistakes. This should be all good. So yeah, as they do get ready to line up here, I think Kermit's already made it to the grid. Rest of it a little bit backed up here, taking their sweet time, but we'll get there eventually. So yeah, no rush. We're no rush here. 27 laps, goodness here. We should see some great battling, and this should be a very, very interesting race as Kermit's already there. Only downside, he's got there so quick. His tires are going to be a little bit on the colder side as he waits for the rest of this field to get situated here. So only downside speeding through the formation lap is... Well, you see the repercussions here. As last of the drivers do line up here. And the last one is Infinity. Once he hits his spot, we will be good to go. He is now officially stopped, so it's only a matter of seconds. There's the train. We do have a yellow flag sector 3. Ignore that. You can hear the 5 red lights. And away they go. Good start from Kermit there. No pressure from Mercedes. Looks like Smitty got really bogged down there. He's going to go very far into the back here. Can Scanny pass the Mercedes on the outside? There are 2 abreast in the back there. And this Mercedes do touch just a tiny bit. Can Kai's F1 hold on? Yes, he will. So Scanny gets a little argy-bargy, but he'll be in third. Fear by Gaming on the back now, trying to get around Scanny. Looks like he'll be relatively stuck to 4th, though, but good jump by Fear by Gaming to get up the order. J-Leaky in 5th, Smitty in 6th, Helic in 7th, Infinity in 8th, and Collins has already lost it along with Infinity. So it looks like Infinity looks okay, but he made a slight mistake. Collins as well. I don't see much damage, but at the very least, something did happen off the start. Maybe they slight climb down. Infinity going to go slow in the grass here. Maybe since having some internet problems. Did say that early in the race that they were having internet problems, so we'll see if they can get that ironed out here. As I think Collins as well, as they're both going relatively slow here. It looks like Collins is struggling as well in those tires, so they're going to need a safety car, something to get back in this race, but still a long race here to go. So anyway, Kermit, Kai's, Scanny, your top 3 right now, relatively basically how they qualified. Fear by Gaming up in the 4th position. As it looks like Kai's already caught the back of Kermit. Kermit got a relatively good start here, but with both Mercedes' I guess being teammates, but at the same time, no love lost between the two of them. They're probably going to fight. No team wars here as it looks like Scandy can use those fresh softs to his advantage. Going to go around side by side through 130R, and they touch. Hard into the wall goes Scandy, and that is wheel off. That is session over for Scandy. It looks like they touched side pods. I'm not 100%. It looked like Kais gave him the corner there, at least a little bit. But we'll see on the replay. Yeah, it looks like, just checking the replay back there as I'm watching it through tape delay, it looks like Kaizen just almost touched wheels. Looks like he got a little squirrely there. And it just looks like he may have touched just slightly as I'm just keeping an eye on the replay here one more time to see. So you're not missing anything on track right now. No safety car was called. No nothing. Kai's a little bit far back. Scanny just saying, well then, yeah, that sadly race over for him. But just checking it one more time. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Kai's maybe, I don't know, because it looks like Kai's came up a little bit and then kind of gave him a little bit of a scare. They touched just slightly, but that wasn't enough to shove him off. It looks like Scandy clipped the grass just slightly. Maybe that made it hard to turn in, but at least that's what I see from the replay, but that's why I'm not in the steward's room. But back to the battle on track right now. Smitty's caught the back of Jay Leakey, but not even close to pass. There's your AWS strategy. Sometimes it does lie, so we'll have to wait and see what they can do on strategies, but alternating strategies can come out the proxy. One stop is feasible, but you may see some drivers try a two stop. So Kai's already caught the back of Kermit. As well, not close enough to make a pass. Yep, that is why I did fear Scanny, but thank you too for confirming that one as well, at least from your perspective. So thank you for letting us know in the chat there. It does look like he did kind of cut over. Maybe didn't know 100% you were there, but at the same time, did get in the grass slightly, and that was all she wrote. Tires kind of got a little grassy. But anyway, Kermit and Kai's 1-2. Looks like Kermit going to try to make possibly a lunge up there, but not close enough to make anything happen. He'll tuck back in line. You got Fear by Gaming third. We do got Smitty on the back here as well, trying to get in the back of J-Leak here as well. I do kind of agree with both you, Leslie, as well. I think slightly Kai's could have given him some more room as well. Maybe not 100% knew he was there, but I do kind of agree. Stewards will have to take a look at that one for sure. As Smitty is kind of back here as well along Kai's. No real opportunity to pass Yellow Flag Sector 1. It looks like Exelic has lost it. She's off in the kitty litter there through the S's. She'll get it refired. Now Collins is also retired. I think he lost it on the straight because it looks like he's in the pit area, but it's not enough. I can't tell if he's in the pit lane or not because it looks like he's just far enough away from the pit lane that he may have crashed on the straight. We do have Yellow Flag Sector 1 and Sector 3, but yeah, because if he was in the pits, he would have been more over, so odd place for the Red Bull to crash there. Because if he was in the pits, he would have been more over to the right. But that is also session done for Collins as well. We're down to 7. So back to the battle here as well. I was watching this. Kai's on the back of Kermit here, using those fresher mediums to his advantage. Jay Leakey has passed Fear by Game. I think Fear by Game has lost it, going out of the spoon curve, and he'll get it refired, but he's going to lose 2 spots. Back to the battle for the lead here. We'll see here again. He's basically kind of changing the gears of the Haas driver. The Haas driver already under pressure on lap 3. The softs are going to fall off faster than the Kai's mediums. We'll see how long it takes the DRS to activate. Kermit going to go inside, but it's not going to be enough. Kai's F1 is going to pass him, and now the lead, Kai's F1 like he's done all season. And further back, we do got Smitty passing Jay Leakey as well for 3rd. So Smitty at the 3rd, Jay Leakey down the 4th. Going into those corners, and then big gap to 5th, 6th, 7th, all relatively far away from each other. So these are 2 close battles we do have on track here on lap 4. Take a quick sip of water as we do continue on. So Jay Leakey as well, maybe trying to make a challenge on Smitty, trying to side for 1, but Kai's is really pulling away from Kermit. Already out of DRS range. And towing. Kermit's going to need some kind of tow here, some kind of luck to get back in this. But that is just driving away. We do have Exelic in the pits here. We'll cut to her and see what she's doing. I think she may be coming in for a front lane change. Yes, she is. She's got no front wing. So she's getting a fresh front wing. She's also getting a fresh set of medium tires to continue on in her Asmar. And she will be away. Currently, I think she is 6th in the standings right now, so a good finish here today could get her closer to Lesty in the standings. So back to our battle up front. Yep, we got Smitty pulling away from Jay Leakey here, well over 2nd clear, and Kai's as well a 2nd clear. Kermit, if Kermit could just stay close enough, he could get DRS on the activation point, but I think the activation point was right there. So we'll see if he's close enough. We'll check the bottom of the screen, keep it open for the flap. I'm going to put the telemetry on. Yeah, he does have DRS this time by, so, but he's 1.2 back, so he's going to have to kind of fly here to get close. But it doesn't look like he's going to get relatively close enough. It's going to be 1.1. He's going to have to try to get good through the S section here in order to stay close enough to get in DRS. So Kermit, again, just kind of in a little bit of a bad strategy here because we do got Kai's with the fresh salt mediums. And Kermit with the worn softs, as you would say, or at least, well, qualified softs. Going to go a little bit shorter in distance. Yellow flag sector 1, that is Fear by Gaming, wrong way around. He'll get it refired. And he'll be getting away well ahead of Infinite and Exalic. Exalic is only going to enter Spoon, and Infinite going to hit the S's. So again, Fear by Gaming got a big cushion to at least 6th position. I guess the next question here is that the only driver on his enemies Yellow flag sector 1 is gaming around again. He'll reset the track, and that will allow Infinite on by. So Infinite the 5th, Fear by Gaming has no front wing. He'll have to try to limp it around here on a broken front wing on that Ferrari, and hopefully try to get back to the pit lanes and make something happen. Exalic as well about to start her next lap as well, but we'll cut back to the battle here for the lead. I guess we'll say a battle. We'll just cut back to our leader here at Kai's F1, who's got 2 seconds clear of Kermit. Kermit's got 6 clear of Smitty, who's 2 clear of Jay Leakey, who's 23 clear of Infinite, who's 6 clear of Fear by Gaming and probably going to grow, who is about a minute ahead of Exalic. But that will probably change as stops progress. So anyway, as we do continue on here, watch the action. Again, things can happen. Drivers have made mistakes. If you've seen Fear by Gaming's made one, Exalic has made one. I think Collins as well. Exalic now gets 5 for corner cutting and is now retired. She has crashed again in a spot. Yeah, just went a little wide, and that will trigger a safety car. So that may be the mulligan Kermit needs, along with Smitty and Jay Leakey, to get kind of back in this fight here. Because now Kermit can pit, get on the set of mediums, won't make it to the end, but he can go soft, medium, soft. And Kai's F1 could, or maybe try to stretch a set of hards, but that's possible 18 laps. So he could try to make it a one stop here if he goes for a set of hards. Kai's F1 could do the same. So they may be on equaling strategies. So we'll see if leveling up the strategies can make something happen. Most of the field may pit here as well. We'll see what they can do. As now Fear by Gaming is in with a front wing change. We'll see what tires he decided to put on. He put it on a set of white wool. So he is going to be trying to make it to the end at the very least. So we'll keep an eye on Kai's here. We'll see what the Mercedes driver can do. Well, what can do? What will he do, as you would say? I assume he'll be putting on a set of mediums. Sorry, a set of hards. You would say a set of hards would be the correct judgment here. We'll see if he decides to come even at all. Maybe go for the challenge. And he will be taking the hard right into the pit lane. No, he will not. He thinks he doesn't want to come in. He'll stretch it out and try to go soft to the end. We'll take advantage of those mediums right now and see if he can pull away from the hards and make it to the end. Well, Kermit is coming in. Smitty coming in as well. All the soft runners are presumably coming in. Jay Leakey and Infinity did pit a while back for a set of mediums, but they are 5 laps old. Same distance as Kai's, so we'll see what he does as well. Could pit for a set of hards, as we do see an alternate strategy here, as Kermit not going to go for a set of hards here, going to go for a set of softs. So, actually, no. Yeah, a set of softs. So he wants to go soft, soft, medium, presumably. Smitty, going on a set of mediums, could go to the end. I doubt, again, you'll make it that long, 20 laps in Japan. For my estimation, last year's game, that's probably about 14 laps. Jay Leakey on a set of softs, and no one else taking the hard strategy, because the hards, I feel like, can make it to the end. If I remember my numbers right, I think they can make it to the end, but it's a stretch, but it's doable, because we'll probably come out with 9 to go. That will be about 18 laps, but you'll be probably a little bit on the slower side. But again, it's possible. But I'm shocked not one driver tried it. Well, Fear by Gaming did. But I'm shocked no other drivers in that top 5 tried it. But I guess they feel like the pace loss is too great instead of getting the free pit stop. Because Kermit thinks he can get farther on those softs because he knows Kai's will have to pit for sure. So maybe he's going soft, soft, medium, while Kai's going medium, softs. So anyway, as we do wait for the field to get kind of bunched up here as well. And get all nice and situated. We do wait. I'm trying to find something at the cup here, but we're just kind of at the mercy of the whim here to wait the safety car out. Kind of ran over all the narratives, and kind of with such a short field, it's kind of hard to kind of cover alternate strategies when there's not much else to do here. So, just going to kind of wait this out and wait for the safety car to come in. So, safety car should be coming in next time by, but as Fear by Gaming is a little bit far away, so we'll see if they do, but I feel like he'll make it there long before the safety car does come in. He's currently right now through 130R. We're not even at the S yet, so he will catch up. So yeah, as we do wait for this to start up, again, everyone will have to put again that top 5. Fear by Gaming could make it to the end, but how fast will they be on those hards? So we do get, again, just waiting everyone to get nice grouped up here. Fear by Gaming about to catch up to the back of the pack and get all nice and situated. So we do get, again, situated. Just, again, I know I'm supposed to fill the air with something, but right now I'm just kind of running out of things to say because everyone's pitted and we're just kind of waiting for the mass to fare out. So just kind of enjoy the comfortable silence, as they would say, a little bit, like it's an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Just waiting for the comfortable silence. Okay, yeah, the wrap-up, what happened? Scanny had a slight incident with Kai's F1 on lap 1, right for 130R, took him out of the race. Collins crashed on long straight, and Exelic lost it coming out of near the Dumlock curve. Actually, yeah, Dumlock curve, right around that section, just at the end of Sector 1. Lost it into the kitty litter, and that ended her race. Since Fear by Gaming is not here yet, I did not see the bubble pop, so we are going around for one more. No, it is. That's an odd late pop there, but safety car is coming in this time by. Very late indeed. Thought it would have pulled off a little bit faster, but here we come. Ready to go here. Safety car, be a quick restart here. So when will Kai's F1 go? Gonna probably wait it out just past the pit lane here. Yep, he will go now. Going to catch Kermit a little bit napping. Smitty a little bit more so. Rest of the field's going, but I think Fear by Gaming going to try to make a pass on Infinity here. Down the run of the 1. I think they may have made the pass a little bit too premature. They could get rung up for illegally making a move on the safety car there. We'll see what the stewards decide to rule, but it looked like it was a little bit too quick of a pass there. But Fear by Gaming going to use those fresh tires to their advantage. Kai's F1 getting the distance. 1.2 clear of Kermit. Kermit a little bit under pressure by Smitty. Most of that field has pitted. The only drivers that did not pit on that time is now Infinite, as Fear by Gaming has crashed off in the last one. He did make a slight mistake, so the spot goes back to Infinite. 2 through 5 have pitted. 2, 3, 4, and 6 have pitted. 1 and 5 have not, as Fear by Gaming again going to get refired around. Still kind of spinning it out there. Kermit going to try to use those fresh softs to their advantage, try to close the gap to Kai's, maybe take back the lead of this race and get relatively close. So we do wait this kind of bite out. Everyone kind of growing to a second. Everyone kind of in a second bubble here. Again, can anyone stop Kai's F1 here? Only time will tell, as we're about to take lap 10. And we will have 17 to go. Actually, 18 to go. My mistake. Down the long straight here again. Here comes Kai's pulling 2 seconds. You think those softs would be able to work for Kermit, but Kermit maybe struggling to get the rubber here as Kai's has got those mediums already broken in and getting a fresh run. Again, everyone will most likely have to pit again. So we'll see again Smitty will have the slight advantage over the long run over Kermit, though, so there is that to keep a note of. So again, gaps are growing right now. Jay Leaky kind of keeping in touch with Smitty, but trying to stay close. So again, Grap is 2 right now. Just kind of keeping... Again, Kai's... I don't want to say that, but I feel like right now, the only way you're going to beat Kai's F1 is he's going to have to make a mistake, because Kermit's a relatively fast driver for some of the few other drivers in the field, but he has been in another world in comparison. So Kai's up one. I guess we'll keep the camera on. Actually, we'll keep it back on Jay Leaky here. See if he can keep, because you can see Smitty in the distance here. Jay Leaky trying to get his second podium here in his Williams. First podium did come at Austria earlier this year. Trying to get a second one, and you can see the podium just up the road in Smitty, but he's going to have to push on those softs. But again, similar to Kermit, Smitty is going to have the long run pace over the driver ahead of him and the driver behind him, if he can stay in distance. But Jay Leaky closing the gap is now Kai's F1. Sets another fast lap of this race at 1:31.946. And DRS has now been enabled. In theory, he's only on 9 laps of the medium, so because we know softs can go maybe 8-9 laps. So Kai's F1 would have to stretch his window to maybe lap 19, which I don't think the mediums will make. So yeah, Kai's will probably have to go on a set of hards, unless he's very conservative. Now he gets 3 from Alta Warning, so this may change some things here, as he is the first driver to get a penalty rung up here, as now he's probably going to pull away from the 3 seconds, but that does raise some question marks if he does get caught. So a little bit of a back burner moment here, as Kermit did not have to stay within 3 seconds of the Mercedes driver, and he would win this race. But again, easier said than done. But yeah, to kind of go over tire predictions, like I said, it's highly unlikely he makes it to the window on those softs. So, I'm sorry, medium, so he'll probably have to pit for a set of hards, unless he can really stretch. We did have 2 laps under safety car, so he could stretch the next 2 laps. It's going to be close. I think he could do it on a set of softs. It's not the idealist of strategies, but not impossible. Kermit as well, going to have to go on a set of mediums. We're good to go to the end. Smitty will stretch those mediums to a set of softs. Leaky will stretch those tires to a set of mediums. Infinite, if they can make it to the same strategy as Kai's, they could probably make it on a set of softs. Gaming, good to go to the end, but may come in for a set of softs with a fast lap chase. And I guess that will run down your predictions and strategies right now. He can't go mediums because he's qualified on a set of mediums, so he'd have to go on a set of hards or a set of softs. That's his only option because of the 1 tire minimum change. So he's kind of hamstrung on this decision. Go for a set of softs and try to struggle at the end, or go on a set of hards but have not as much pace as the cars around you. So he's a little bit hamstrung right now in decision, so he's going to have to use those mediums to his advantage right now and push, make it happen. Or option C is go on another set of mediums. Do have the other sector 1 that is feared by Gaming, who has actually crashed out. And well, that's going to be a moot point because we now have a safety car. So this will definitely allow Kai's F1 to pit and probably make it on a set of... I don't know now, because we'll go probably on lap 14. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be 14 laps on a set of softs. Softs usually go, a worn set can usually go 7 to 9. So a fresh set would go, as he comes in this time by, could go 9 to 12 in optimal range. So we'll see. Well, he's going on a set of softs, so he thinks he can make it to the end. Kermit's staying out, not going to take advantage of this. Thinks he can maybe stretch the window here. Maybe doesn't think Kai's can make it. Smitty coming in as well for a set of hard, which is kind of shocking because, probably play it safer than sorry. Jay Leaky coming in for a set of, we'll see what tires he puts on in his Williams here. It looks like it's going to be a set of medium, so differing strategies here, as they would say. Leaky on a set of mediums, Smitty on a set of hards, Kai's on a set of softs, Infinite staying out. Probably should have maybe pitted for a set of softs or mediums. Could have made it to the end. And Kermit staying out here feels confident that at least Kai's will have to pit again, and he could catch up. Yeah, mixing of strategies, they would say here. And we'll see what happens here. Yeah, we do have a lot of drama here. It's all shaken up. Maybe not as much as last night's, I guess yesterday's, not last night's, yesterday's Abu Dhabi race. That was very chaotic indeed. Very interesting, as they would say. As I was saying in the chats, a bit of a NASCAR finish, as they would say, here today with a little bit of a controversial decision. If you were rooting for one driver, you were maybe happy about it. If you're rooting for another driver, not as happy about it. Yep, Kermit has only... Actually, no, Kermit did, yep, softs and softs, so he would have to pit again for a set of mediums. So Kermit is correct. So, yeah, Kermit went softs to softs, so he'll have to pit again for sure. Infinite has to pit as well, because he qualified, he has started that race. Actually, yeah, he started on a set of mediums, so he'll have to pit again as well. Let me just make sure first. Yep, they will have to pit again. So top two will have to pit again. 3, 4, 5 have met the minimum tire, have met the tire strategies, so they are good to go to the end. They can pit for wherever they choose. Oh, as Infinite has come in. They did not decide to pit one lap before there. Gonna see what tires they decide to put on here as I hit the fat finger. They put on a set of hards. So they are going to be on a set of hards. Also going to serve that penalty, I assume. Because they were held for a couple seconds there. So going to go in for a set of hards as well. So only driver not the pit for the tire compound is Kermit. And now he's going to have a fresh, soft Witten Kai's right behind him. So the quote yesterday's race, Kermit's going to have to defend like Perez against Hamilton. He's going to have to make that Haas very wide. Honestly, I think he could have maybe stretched those mediums, and that's what I think I would have done if I was in that cockpit. Because Kai's is going to be struggling more on those softs at the end of this race than you would be on those mediums. So I think he could have made it on the mediums at the very least, but maybe Kermit just doesn't think that. But it is a free pit stop, and with only 5 cars left in the field, it's highly unlikely it's going to be... yeah, with only a couple laps, free pit stop... Again, odd strategies. But yeah, Kai's will definitely be struggling by the end on those softs, but he's thinking he can get enough of a cushion away from Kermit that it'll be a moot point. That is correct as well, but again, it's easier said than done to hold Kai's behind you. Because we've seen he had the advantage on those soft tires, took the lead, and then Kai's got around him pretty quickly. We know Kai's has that pace, but Kermit's going to have to make that car wide. He's going to have to basically play defense in order to make it work. So safety car should be coming in this time by. Whole field's bunched up here, so I think we'll be good to go here. Definitely, because if Jay Leakey came for a set of mediums, he'll probably be good to go to the end. But we definitely know Smitty and Infinite are good. They'll make it on those hards. Jay Leakey will probably be okay at the very least, but it'll probably be close. And then it leaves Kai's and Kermit, our top two. If they both tangle, this may open the door for Smitty, Leaky, and Infinite to get some good spots here. As safety car is in this time by. We'll see when Kermit decides to come in, Kermit decides to go, as they would say. As the safety car did come out pretty late last time, which gave less option to the Kai's. Here, Kermit's going to have a little bit more of an open field here. Maybe wants to balk him up in the triangle here, catch him with the wheel spin. Looks like he's still waiting it out here. Safety car hasn't fully come in. Probably going to wait till the end of the pit lane. Looks like still biding his time here. It looks like he is still waiting it out here. Going to go with the very last second here. Kai's not going to be caught napping. Still hasn't gone yet. There he goes there, and it's going to be basically at the line almost. So really caught him napping. I think Kai was hoping to go a little bit quicker there, but was basically just waiting until the very second of the line there. No stack-ups, no issues with penalties, and that's going to give Kermit at least a little bit of a cushion right now. but he's going to have to jiggity jet. Is now Kai's already on the back of him right there, like a shark that smells blood, trying to catch his J-League. He has lost it off into Sector 1. He'll get it refired, but definitely going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball here. As also, Smitty is under pressure from Infinity. Both hard runners are fighting, and both soft runners are hiding, as it looks like Kai's already kind of thinks about making a move here. Will he throw a crazy move here? He's got the tire advantage on the short term here, so doesn't probably want to do something too crazy. And up bracket, he does get a little snap of understeer there, as he's going to take his time here. Again, when will he make his move? Probably should wait till a safe spot happens. Doesn't want to force something too crazy and end up wrecking the car. Well, we thank you for Disco Stu for watching here. We don't want you to get fired, though, but thank you for enjoying us here, watching this battle. Makes this commentary a little bit more worth it. But here comes Kai's. Gonna get relatively close off the back of Kermit here. Could he make a move through 130R? DRS is not gonna be activated for 2 more laps, so he's gonna have to kind of make his time, but he's gonna have more ERS. He's got well over 20% more ERS, so he's not gonna get bogged down, but he's definitely saving his resources here, not gonna force something. Further back, we got Infinity as well, kind of closing in on Smitty, but not enough to make anything happen. Remember, Infinity and Kai's both have 3s, so could be worth noting if they do tangle or get kind of close. As now Kai's and Kermit, I think Kermit has come in. He has come in kind of shockingly there, held him off for 1 lap, and is now thinks he's in his window, so we'll have to pit for a set of mediums. Probably could have held him up for 1 more run, but going for that undercut here, kind of an odd strategy choice. He'll be on a set of mediums. Away he goes in his Haas. So now the question mark is, can he gain enough time in order to make that work? Because he'll come out, he'll be about 21 seconds behind, and he'll have to fly with 11 laps remaining to catch up. As now, the only downside with that is now Kai's can basically kind of back it down here. He's got 4 clear of Smitty. He can kind of just back it down and save his rubber. So, again, Kermit is going to have to fly or hope Kai's makes a mistake. But kind of a head scratcher. Yep. He's got clear air, but yeah, like I said, he's well over 20 behind. And even when he does, he'll have to catch J-Leaky, Infinity, and Smitty. So he's got a little bit of a run ahead of him he's going to have to catch. And we know Smitty and Infinity are good to go to the end. J-Leaky's on the same strategy. I would say same strategy as Kermit, but at the very least, he's going to have 2 lap older mediums, but that's not going to be much of a difference. Infinity kind of losing touch to Smitty right now. And again, he looked like he's close, but just not enough to make some waves. Now Kai's, though, memo has not been reached. He is now going fast lap this race with a 131.604 for the Mercedes. DRS has now been enabled, and we now got 11 laps to go? Yep, 11 to go. So again, Kai's can kind of back it down, but those softs are going to hit lap 14. And again, likelihood is not good. But he'll definitely be struggling by the end, but he thinks he has enough gap, he'll be okay. He's now got clear well over 5 on Kai's. I'm sorry, Kai's got 5 over Smitty, but with that 3-second time penalty, it's basically a 2-second gap, though. So Smitty could steal this from Kai's if Kai's doesn't get a move on as well. That's another thing to keep an eye out for as well. So Kermit may not be in position maybe to win anymore per se, but it does open the door for 2 and 3 to have a chance. So, yep, we'll keep an eye. I'll keep an eye on Kermit right now because, again, not really anything else to report up there. So we'll kind of just keep an eye on Kermit here for a second here and see his lap time data. So actually, we'll put that up here. We'll keep an eye on his lap time data. So we'll see where he's at the end of Sector 2 here. He is, well, not too bad right now. Just the line here, we'll see where his time clocks out. It's going to be a 1:32.112, so up on his times a little, but not making those inroads that he needs. So we'll kind of keep an eye on his times right now. But again, Kai's is just taking no prisoners. We came out, he's around 20 22 seconds back. He's now at 21, so he's really, again, not making those inroads that he needs to do in order to catch the leader. So, again, very odd strategy indeed. So yeah, we just I'm just going to ride it out here, wait for the strategies. No one else is really close enough to make a pass happen. I think he's not that far away from Infinity on screen, though. So again, we'll keep an eye on Kermit. He's really reeling him in, but Infinity is going pretty slow. As I think he actually made a mistake, because I was kind of looking off of my phone there, checking something on my phone. But yeah, Infinity made a mistake. He was behind Smitty about 2 seconds. I think he may have slid off the road somewhere. Again, pay a little more attention, kids, as Kermit is now going to just past Infinity here. I think he's got a broken wing. Kind of cuts him off there a little bit. No love lost for the Haas driver, as he's going to kind of give the old, if it was a real life race, give the old hand out the window, what you doing? But he'll get around him. So Kermit up the fourth, and now he's 11 seconds behind Jay Leakey. So still a long ways to go to catch the driver in third. So again, I guess we'll check the fast lap point while we're waiting here. Right now, that is still under Kai's F1's control, and unless people go fast lap chasing. Yeah, I kind of agree with you as well. Sophia Gibby has left the session, as I think Infinity coming in for a pit of wing change. Actually, yeah, coming in for a wing change and coming in for, I assume, a set of softs go for the fast lap. But yeah, very strange decision as well. Probably could have held up Kai's a few more laps, but I guess he figured he needs to make sure he has enough time to chase down Kermit. Kermit has enough time to chase down Kai's. But at the same time, if that was the plan, why not just come in? Yeah, come in under safety car. Because especially with the Paddly, it feels like something you should have tried. But again, I guess different strokes for different folks. Jay Leakey is 3 behind Smitty. So again, the gap right now, including time penalties right now, is Kai's has got a 3-second gap over Smitty, and a 6-second gap over Jay Leakey, and 18-second lap over Kermit. So Kermit is going to have to fly. So we'll keep, I guess, the intervals on leader here, because that is probably more relevant right now than intervals from second to third. Yeah, again, Jay Leakey is on good pace to get a podium. He's got about 10-second lead over Kermit, but he is on a set. He's also on a set of hards. Actually, no, he's on a set of mediums. Sorry, he is on a set of mediums though. So again, if Kermit's tires are going to be struggling by the end of this round, 6 + 8 is 14. So he should be okay on those mediums, but definitely going to be a little bit more tired by the end of it. But again, 10-second gap should be relatively okay as long as he doesn't get a time penalty of some sorts. Again, flying the flag for Williams with a good performance here today. I believe they'll extend their gap to, I think they were third, if I'm not mistaken. I'll take a quick look at that while we wait for something to play out here, but I think they were third. Pull over to the CWC standings here. Check the standings. Yep, Williams is third right now. With Kai's F1, they're not going to make much road on the driver ahead of him, because right now with Kai's winning this race, that gap will grow because they're at 194, Williams at 187, but they'll definitely pull away from Alpine, who they're only 1 point ahead, and make themselves further in third. Again, gap from Kermit to Kai's is not really coming down. Gap from Leakey, even it's not coming that much from Leakey to Kermit, though. So Kermit really not making that many inroads on those tires. We'll see if he's at the end of Sector 2 here, just check his times. Yeah, he's actually losing time to his fastest lap, though. So, yeah, he's really not reeling out. He's gained probably about a second, so, on Leakey, but at that rate, he's not going to probably get Leakey by the end of this. Because he'll be coming on lap 22 right now. Lap 21. I guess 21, because I guess the scorecard updated already. Because sometimes it's weird where it doesn't flip over at time. Yeah, 7 to go. It's gaining maybe at worst, let's say a second a lap, maybe a little less. The gap's 9 seconds. Yeah, he's not going to catch Jay Leakey at the rate he's going. So, again, bit of a head-scratcher. So, really, the only thing kind of worth reporting here is Smitty could still win this race, but you'd have to hope that Kai's tires fall off and he can get 3 seconds on the Mercedes driver. And if he can, he may end up stealing this race win. So there's still something to play for at the very least. But it's up to Smitty to try to... It's all the field against Kai's. And if the driver's going to do it, it's going to be one of the backbones of CWC. Smitty and Jay Leakey do not have to pit. Smitty is on a set of hards. He is good to go to the end. And we'll just check the tires right now. Smitty is good to go to the end. He's not going to have any problems on those hards. You have the Sector 1 that is Infinia a little bit slow. So he'll get it refired. If he does crash out, it could trigger a safety car, and then that would be even more interesting. Jay Leakey is on a set of mediums. There could be question marks on their integrity by the end, but I don't think they'll pop. So I think he'll be okay as well, but he may be struggling by the end. So now every driver has made their last pit stop if they want. So Kai's is kind of at the mercy of his tires right now. And again, he's got 6 seconds. He can cough up 3 and still be okay, but he's going to have to be a little bit conservative, as they would say. He has got 100% ERS, though, so he is kind of backing off on using it just in case. Smitty in second, 6.6 behind. Jay Leakey 11.9 behind the leader. Go back to interval real fast, 5 seconds behind. And Kermit is kind of rolling in on Jay Leakey. The gap is now down to 7 seconds. As I think Smitty may have made just a slight mistake because that gap has grown. I think, yeah, he made a slight mistake. There was 6.6. Now it's 7.2. So I think he made a slight mistake coming off at the end of Sector 1 there. Just gone a little bit too wide. So, again, mistakes are not what he needs right now if he wants to win this race. He has to kind of keep his nose to the grindstone or hope Kai's pits. Because if he does pit, it's Smitty's race to win. And it could be shades of Baku kind of playing through his head right now. Doesn't want to make a mistake. And that's good. Lesty will be back in the United States representing my home country, so it'll be definitely good to see him there next week. The week of Christmas, as they would say. And hopefully St. Nick can bring you a victory, Lesty. Or someone else in the field as well. Or anyone. Could bring him a little bit of ho-ho holiday cheer, unless you're celebrate another domination than a Hanukkah cheer or a Kwanzaa cheer or whatever holiday you celebrate this festive season. But anyway, we still got to cover this battle here. We got 5 to go. Again, Smitty is losing gap quick. He's going to fall down to 8 seconds here. Going a bit slow. Again, right now the main question is, will Kai's tires hold? Because right now he's got 5 seconds clear. Actually, yeah, 5 clear of Smitty, including time penalty. So remember, Kai's has time penalty and Infinity has time penalty. So, again, Kai's right now is kind of at the mercy of his tires. He can kind of back it down and save his rubber. As now the gap's going to 8.5. I think Smitty's really struggling just at the end of Sector 1 there. Maybe getting a little bit too loosey-goosey, a little bit too argy-bargy. And he kind of just maybe try to push a little bit too hard to try to keep close. So again, kind of biding his time, trying to get close. We'll see here again, gap's down to 9 seconds. Again, as that time falls, the gap is now 6, and it'll probably be 7. So again, Kai's has got a lot of room to back it down. So I don't think tires are going to become an issue, because even if his tires do get close to popping, or at least close to bad wear, he can really back it down these next couple laps. Well, don't tell it to Kai's. Now Kai's is going hot lap mode. As you can see by the end of his sector there, he used a lot of his ERS there. So that was his fastest lap attempt to ensure that he has it. Do have Yellowfax stroke that is going a bit slow. He'll get it refired. He's been struggling, just trying to bring home a top 5. If he finishes, he'll get 5th place points here. He'll get 10 points to his name. He'll now go a lap down. Thank God Ghosting's on. I will agree with that a little bit, Leslie. Some drivers have had a little bit easier of late, but luckily with the last season here, hopefully some drivers can come back and we can have a good show near the end. As now Infinity around again, struggling, just trying to bring the car home to finish this race. Kermit is again reeling in Jay Leakey. Gap is down to 5 seconds, but with 4 to go, again, he's going to need basically a miracle to catch up or time penalty from Jay Leakey. This is probably still Jay Leakey's podium at the rate it's going. See, it will also put the Infinity at 1 lap down. So I think Infinity, again, is just trying to survive to make sure he gets some points. So if he does DNF, he will not get 5th place points, though. So just trying to bring the car home and get some points for his team. So Kai's about to come down across the line here again. He's going to start with 3 laps. I kind of wish we had Taz in that situation because it would be, like, checkable, like, all right, how's his tire wear? But since I can't tell, I'm at the mercy of the game. And if he falls off a cliff, he falls off a cliff. Because Smitty does look like he's holding now gap, but that's well over 6 seconds. He is metaphorically behind Kai's, including the time penalty. Because remember, it's 9, then you got to take the time penalty in consideration. So, again, likelihood it's not possible. And also something else worth noting, just keep an eye on it. Kermit has only gained 2 seconds on Kai's ever since coming out of the pit lane. So, if that was the strategy, it's kind of backfired royally. I don't know, because again, he's kind of conservative on his rubber at the very least, but I know the window on the softs is about, at Japan, is about 7 to 9 on used softs. And so fresh softs can go about maybe 2-3 more laps. So the window kind of opens to 9 to 11 or 11 to 13. So in theory, his tires should be cliffing, because the gap is coming down. Remember, Smitty's now got it down to 9.1, so they are cliffing a little bit, because it was 9.5 at the line, now it's 9.1, so they are coming down, but maybe he saved his rubber those couple laps, as he'll come to 2 to go this time by. He doesn't need much more. He just needs to hope there's enough tread on him to make it 2 more runs. I wouldn't write that check yet, Leslie. We'll see what happens the next 2 laps. Gap is coming down, though, so his tires are getting kind of close to cliff. I don't think they'll puncture, but you never know. He may make a mistake if those tires are a little bit worn. So 2 to go here. Other battle we keep an eye on is if Kermit can catch Jay Leaky for the end of this. Again, likelihood is small, but mistakes can be made. So here he comes through the S's again. Just trying to keep the car planted. No major mistakes from the Mercedes driver, and he should be okay. Looks okay so far. We'll cut back to Smitty to make sure he's going through the S section okay as well. Taking a little bit conservative here. Yep, gap's down to 9.5. So I think, again, Kai's tires look okay. Gap is actually up almost to 10 seconds now. So, yeah. I mean, you gotta tip your hat to Kai's. He's really taken this new form in F2 and ran with it. But the other thing that kind of stinks is a lot of drivers that are competitive with him, sadly, have had some missed races due to scheduling conflicts, you could say, or kind of life getting in the way. And it's sad because I think you saw in Silverstone and a few of those other rounds where Kenobi, Lesty, Maddie, and the rest of the field were here, they gave him a challenge. So it's not authorities. Now he's 1.6 down, so yeah, he is really backing it down, I think, to save that rubber. But actually, that's just probably the natural fall off. But anyway, yeah, there are drivers in the field that are pretty competitive against him. It's just a situation where bad luck and a golden horseshoe, you could say, for Kai's, as he's coming out of the last time. If those tires, now gap's down to 9, unless those tires puncture, this is his victory. If anyone's seen Cars 1, he's hoping for not a Cars 1 ending. Oh, as a Cars 1 opening, you could say, where McQueen's tires popped. So, as long as McQueen's not fading, this will be his victory. Yeah, Silverstone was a great race. It was very fun to watch. Tons of battling there. It was a kind of an edge-of-your-seat race. Wondering what's going to happen. It looks like Kai's is actually improved in Sector 1 there, at least according to the map. He's 5 temps up. He's going for another fast lap chase. And if he does, he proves he is not human on those tires. Through Sector 2, gap is out to 11 seconds. He is just going for it. Taking no prisoners, taking no names. Kai's F1 is going to take over the points leader today as long as he finishes in first. He finishes in second, I think he will get close, but sadly it'll be just a few points back. So here comes Kai's F1 down Sector 2. Past the Rolex sign. We'll check his sector times. He is 3 temps up on his best time. He's making those softs work hard. He's going to probably set the fast lap in this race on 13 lap old softs. Down the last corners, through the triangle, it's going to be Kai's F1 with his 5th victory in 6 rounds. Kai's 1 wins the Japanese GP and sets a fast lap to boot. Smitty gonna come home in second here. Good run for the McLaren driver. Kept his nose clean. He'll bring his car home in second. Good haul for the constructors here to keep the gap strong against Mercedes in second. And Jay Leakey will bring it home in third with his Williams. And Kermit will come home in fourth. And Infinity will keep his nose grimed, so I'll give him at least a round of applause. Could have laughed at me a couple laps ago, but we'll get top 5 points finish here today and finish strong here again today. Top 5 for him. So that will do it here for today. I do got to quickly wrap this up, so that will be it for here today. I will do more, but sadly, I do have to go real fast here. So thank you for enjoying the broadcast here today. If you like to see next week will be United States, CWC will be here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, 8 p.m. British Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But until then, I'm Peps for 2 and 2. Thank you, and good night.